Hello, everybody. Cedric and Cedric here, CRWC, and we'll be reviewing AEW Dynamite. And it was, it's one of those shows where there are parts you could down, there's parts that you could just praise. To me, right now, it's just a show. Okay, we're going to cover these matches, not all in depth, but they were matches that were had. You know, in general, how'd you feel about the show, Cedric?
It was all right. It was, I guess, neutral show.
Okay, so this opens up with an interview segment of Darby Allin talking to Keith Lee, and he points out that he's been lost in the shuffle after losing the tag titles, and if the match turns 2-on-1, he needs to fight. He needs to pull his head out of his ass and show up. And Key is like ballsy but stupid. I didn't know a tag match was coming up, although I think the match has been advertised here and there a little bit, but they should have opened up with the interviewer saying, hey, you know, this is a match that's going to happen, yada, yada, yada.
I thought she did.
I don't recall. I remember her saying that I am here with Keith Lee and Darby Allin, who something. I don't know.
I really think she did, and she's like, Darby wanted to have this time. So
that's what I heard. Darby wanted this time or something like that, and I'm just like, okay, what's up? And okay, but yeah, it just shows. It opens up hot even in the talking. So then it's Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin versus Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee. So it's, you know, this was an absolutely bad match, and I don't know if they did something with the camera lensing or something, but it looked like Keith Lee had lost some weight or something. I don't know. Maybe Rampage, you'd be like, wow, he's wide again. So it just might be what they do.
Maybe. But it was, even with Orange Cassidy in it, it was a decent match.
Yeah, in the opening, let's see what. Darby opens up by slapping Lee, who pushed him in the corner and builds him across the ring. And Cassidy was kind of looking like, I wouldn't have done that. You know? And then when he went to pull him out the corner, you know, Darby Allin did that dead weight thing, like, no, you got to earn this.
Noodle legs. He was not standing on his own power.
Yep. And then they get Darby Allin to a point where he's outside the ring, and they put the steps on top of him, you know, and Lee walks up with Orange Cassidy on his back, applying a quote-unquote sleeper hold, and he walks up the steps that's on top of Darby Allin, and Allin just starts rising.
Screaming.
The crowd started, when they realized what was going on, the crowd started going nuts. They started going nuts. So, then you get later on when I think it was Cassidy was trying to pin Keith Lee, and the ref counts 1, 2, and then make this long pause so Swerve could dive off the top with a double foot stomp. And the crowd took notice of it, chanting that the ref had messed up and everything like that. But then ultimately, Darby Allin applies what I think is the fuller leg lock on Swerve for the pin. And they win, and Keith Lee gives the lazy fist bump to Orange Cassidy. And Orange Cassidy, I do not like him. I do not like watching him, but I will admit at this match, he was very entertaining.
It was very amusing.
Yes. So I'm going to give credit where it is due.
And he did it in such a way because it made sense. He was wrestling Keith Lee. A lot of things that happened made sense.
Keith Lee dyed his hair, cut it, shaved that hair off his face. He dropped 30 years of age. That's what it looked like. And physically, he looked like he was 20 years younger. So, you know, it does a lot. You know, shave it up and dye it down. So afterwards, Darby Allin advertises this guy named Nick Wayne for AEW. Now, I've heard of Nick Wayne before, yes. But when I watched what tiny bit that I saw of him a couple of years ago, it was just dives, kicks.
Okay.
I didn't see any wrestling, you know, just grand indie, kick out of everything, you know, beat up on somebody with epic stuff and they kick out or survive. It just, so I don't know what he has learned or anything.
Maybe he's got some basics by now. Because Darby's got good basics.
He didn't have him at first.
No, he didn't. It's probably Sting's doing.
Probably, I hope. Or somebody that knows what they're doing. But just to go ahead and skip down, they advertised Nick Wayne making his AEW debut against Swerve Strickland, which I find stupid. Okay, so either this new guy comes in, looks great, and loses, or he comes in, looks all right, and win. It doesn't help either of them because you're going to make Swerve look like a noob. You're going to make the noob look like a noob. Nobody wins. Nobody. All right. So what they should have done was have Nick Wayne come in like a contender and go against someone that people have seen more or less on and off that does the job for others, and then put on a good 5-minute session and show what Nick Wayne can do in a short amount of time. Get him over a little bit like that and say, hey, you saw him. Now next week he's going to talk or something. That's if you're going to build him up. But I don't like how they're doing this. Maybe it'll turn out good for the best for everybody. They'll do something maybe I'm not thinking of. I don't know. So next we got Jack Perry, who shows up in an SUV, citing he's not a thug and he will settle things in the ring like a professional. And he's going to talk to Tony Khan and demand a FTW title match. Then Hook runs in and attacks him and just starts whooping up on him. And then Jack Perry kicks him off, gets into the SUV and drives. I was like, go, go, go. And then they leave and Hook is mad. And I'm like, I'm liking Hook, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. Someone that can run in like a thief in the night and start whooping up on somebody. Now that's good. Yeah. And it also caters to a little bit of the comedy that I like. So, all right. Next, this should have been the main event. MJF, he decides to do a little bro session. You know, I mean, the match should have been the main event, but but this is the bro session. They in there talking. This is big dude in there, and MJF, after doing some reps, he starts insulting the guy and stuff. And Cole's like, "You can't do that," and yada yada. And he's like, "Why?" And you know, you could tell Cole wanted to laugh at a few things, but I was like, "This too is super stagey, very, very, very super stagey." And then it's like, Cole, you want to get some reps in? He's like, sure. He's like, you want me to take something off for you? He's like, no, I'm good. And then Cole starts working out and I'm like, the bar ain't even. That's not a good bench, but he does it. He knocks him out real quick. And MJF is like, what the,
Because MJF supposedly struggled, but so they could have changed the way why we weren't looking.
It was funny how they was like, you know what? They said we can agree on who the fat guy looks like, and they both said Tony Schiavone, and Cole just looked disturbed, like, wow. Mm-hmm. But it's like, look, MJF don't like Tony Schiavone. Get that. Cole came in to AEW hating Tony Schiavone because Tony Schiavone is being best buds and friends with Britt Baker, his wife.
Girlfriend,
yeah. Might as well be wife and be all like that, So then we got a trios match, the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn versus the Blade and two newbies for some odd reason. I don't know why this is happening, but it was a long match and it went through a break and all this other stuff. And eventually Billy Gunn gets the Cobra Clutch Slam and Caster with the diving elbow drop for the win. And then Holly sees on the screen saying she's going to do what? Show that she can sing or something?
Yeah, that she's the best musical talent in AEW.
And then Billy tells her to suck it. And then there we go. Then they show that Eddie Kingston won the International World Grand Prix Never Openweight Championship belt from Kenta. And
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
That was awesome.
That's great.
That's really awesome. Part of me wants to see that match, but they kind of showed pieces. And I'm like, okay, I can see how that match went. But I don't know, it still might be good to watch it. Yeah. After that, Jericho comes to the ring for a promo and he needs to make a change. Don Callis comes out. Callis says he's made Jericho with Omega match, and Jericho's like, I made you and, got you in the AEW. Callis says, do you want to join the Don Callis family? Jericho says, I don't join factions. I make them, but my answer to you is maybe. And I'm like, okay, so, the Heenan family is what he's trying to, okay, fine. I think that's what he's trying to do, and we'll just have to see. But you know what? Others might heavily disagree. And as much as I do not like Jericho on a more personal scale in terms of not any dealings with him, but just a lot of his views and the way he's conducted himself, Jericho looked really good and almost rejuvenated being out there in what he was wearing. Got the facial hair cut off, got the hair dyed, looks a little more natural, and it's all flowing and stuff. I was like, he's trying to hang on to that Y2J appearance. Your silence is deafening.
Yeah, it's Jericho.
Good grief.
I thought this whole segment was a waste of time.
The crowd booed Callis like crazy.
They did.
You could barely hear him.
But this whole segment was a waste of time. What did the birch tree say to the oak tree? Nothing to trees. It was pointless.
So next, everyone checks up on Roderick Strong, who feels great while in a neck brace, and
yeah,
that's pretty much how that went.
I feel 100%. Okay.
That's like when you first came, to visit me the first time you ever, I think, came over to the house, and my leg's broken. I'm laying there, and like you walk in, how you doing? I'm great. I can go and run right now.
Yeah, really. That cat says otherwise, but okay.
Look at the walker. I'm good. Let's roll. So next, I think this should have been the main event. MJF comes to the ring, and then he boasts for Adam Cole, who makes his intro. And look, still, I know how you feel, but I love Adam Cole's intro. I love the music. I love all the pageantry of his intro. It's awesome. I just wish they would make the ring, the arena lighting kind of gold or something like that. That'd be awesome.
And see,
here you go,
hater.
Hater.
Yep. What MJF proceeds to do in the mimicry of Adam Cole's intro, to me, is indicative of how ridiculous it is. Him standing down there, getting ready. But Adam Cole be like, is that how I look? Ah, shit.
Adam Cole know how he look. He see himself on camera.
He don't look hard enough.
He's not a big dude. He ain't gonna stand there looking like he's all muscled out.
That's not my problem. I just think the whole thing is lame. You got to come out, stop, baby, run down, walk down, doing your shit, get down, stop, you do your shit, climb up on the apron, do your shit, get in the ring and do your shit. Whether you're wrestling, talking, changing clothes, taking the shit, you got to go through that whole process. It's stupid.
You know what? I'm calling you out. You a hypocrite.
All right.
You a hypocrite. Because you, and anyone can look it up, almost every other episode we do, Cedra says that she loves pageantry.
I like pageantry. That's not pageantry.
Oh, bullshit.
That is not pageantry.
Gold dust.
Gold dust is pageantry.
He walks, everything goes golden. The music hit. He come out. He breathes deeply while feeling his chest. Then walks to the ring, looking at others, and giving the whole and the snapping of the teeth. And then he gets to the ring and does the same thing and puts his wig on the post. And then he does the same thing again in the middle of the ring. And then he attacks the opponent. So what's that?
That was pageantry. But you know who I didn't think was pageantry?
Who?
Triple H. When he spit that water, it was lame.
First of all, yeah, because she would ask, "What's up with the water? Why do you pour the water on him?" And he spits the water out. What is that? And I'm like, well, he's trying to look tough. It's just what he do. And then
he gets up there and turns his head from side to side with the music, with his cheeks puffed up full of water, and he spits it everywhere. Oh yeah, massive and wet. No, man, no. It was lame.
And he got in that program with Rob Van Dam. It's like, oh no, man, you want to talk about it? That's cool, but you know what? You're cool. Like when you come out to your music and you stand there and then you drink the water and then you look around and then you spit that water. Dude, nobody spits water like this. And Triple H had to keep from laughing his ass off. You can see that is what made me kind of just a little bit like Triple H when I saw him about to laugh at that. I was like, because Rob Van Dam broke him. Rob Van Dam broke him.
Has some good promo / in-ring conversation, antic moments. But I thought that his intro was lame. It's like I think that Adam Cole's is lame. That is not pageantry.
You're just a hater.
That is not pageantry.
What do y'all think? I think Adam Cole's intro is cool. I like it. She just mad because she can't do it.
Yes, that's exactly why I'm mad. I'm mad because I can't come out like the little white man.
What is wrong with you?
That's what I'm mad. I don't like it. I don't like it. And the sooner he can be his true lame self and turn heel, the better.
I'm going to tell him what you said about him.
Tell him. Write him a note. Draw a picture.
Write dude's notes.
Draw a picture.
I text.
Take a photograph. Tweet him. I don't care.
You know you're wrong, right?
You can get you a pigeon, stick a note in its foot, and let it fly.
You wrap around the leg. But anyway, so they get to the ring, they do their thing, and MJF does a full-on Steiner brother. He runs around like Rick Steiner, gets down there, and he waits. And then the taunt and all this, and MJF knows how to have fun in that ring. Mm-hmm. So they're going against the Butcher and Matt Menard.
Substance using Daddy Magic because I think he's on something.
You think Daddy Magic, Matt Menard, is on something? Because I sure enough do too.
Yeah,
he is on something.
Yes.
He is on a severe upper. It is crazy.
Bugging way out.
He needs a heavy espresso shot of caffeine to come down.
Oh, shit.
Because he is on something. So at some point, MJF gets the abdominal stretch. And he is, like, Cole, come on, do it. And Cole's not going to do it, so he gets the crowd behind it. Do it. Do it. And I have seen this in the NWA in the past. He's done his research. MJF has done his research. He is a studier of the wrestling game. He gets it. All right. Cole didn't want to do it. Then he's, okay, we're going to do this again. Do it. Do it. And then he's fine. And he pulls on MJF's hand and MJF marks out. That's what it looked like. He just popped for real. The crowd popped. Happy. The crowd was behind both of them. MJF made this outright fun to watch.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
He does.
Now I can see some people not liking any of this match. I can see that. And I don't begrudge you. I'm just saying I enjoyed this a lot.
And I did too, actually.
MJF got in the Cobra twist and then by the Butcher. And just to get out of it, he reached around and grabbed his balls.
Yes. We had to replay it twice to figure out what the hell, how did he get to him?
He got out of it. Tag was made. Menard applies the abdominal stretch. MJF kind of gets him out of it. But before that, he yells for Adam Cole to help him like a wounded lover.
Help me.
Like, help me. I'm like, seriously, dude?
And then there's the whole spot where he was on the butcher's shoulder trying to make the tag. They couldn't tag. They couldn't tag. But MJF didn't want the tag.
He kind of shorted his arm just a little bit.
Yeah.
You can see him kind of arc his back and pull his shoulder back just a little bit. So he knows what he's doing, and then to break free of everything, he just pokes the guy in the eye. MJF was cheating the whole match, and the crowd was loving it. This is what you call being over. Okay? He is over. He can cheat and be cheered. He can cheat and be booed. He can talk trash and be cheered because they appreciate his work. They appreciate what he's doing. He is great at what he does.
And he keeps wearing that shirt. Better than you, baby.
It is a pesky rib that he's doing, and I love it. I love it. But he makes the tag. Cole comes in from the hot tag. He gets all his stuff in. He's knocking them down left and right. And then MJF keeps calling for the double clothesline that he texted about earlier that Cole had to mention to Roderick. So then Cole uses the Shining Wizard. He gets the win. And, you know, MJF is kind of like, oh, okay. Then MJF picks up Cole for the victory. And Cole kind of like, oh, what the world? For a second, he was stunned. And MJF's like, oh, boundaries. And, okay, brief pause. I wonder how this is going to go. Because doing the whole, you know, not friend thing, but we're being buddies, that's been done many times. It's the outcome. Is it genuine? Because MJF oozes sarcasm with what he does. He oozes. He was being playful in that ring. He had fun. It looked... For me, it reminded me of like if you got Flair and Sting on the same team against two decent contenders, but they don't really win. Or if you got Sting and Luger doing the same thing, you know, something like that. Or Flair and Barry Windham, and they're going against some people and they're just having fun in that ring and you can see it.
MJF got on the microphone and tried to whisper, "Do the thing." Over the microphone.
I love that.
Do the thing.
Do the thing.
And Cole's looking like, I don't want to do the thing, but fuck, I'll do the thing. And of course, the whole arena pops with his...
Adam Cole, baby. Yeah. Funny. And then he's like, and the crowd earlier was, you know, happy birthday. It was like, and Cedar said, it's somebody's birthday. And then he goes, happy birthday. And, you know, and then streamers blast up, and MJF is just bathed in them. I was like, there's got to be some fun he's having with that stuff all over him. I know I would be having, like, I'm going to try to ignore it, but I am having fun with this all over me. This is fun. That is a kid's dream. Blast some streamers, let them fall over the kid. Kid just roll around in them and stuff. That I would have fun right now. If that happened to me, I would be like, yay!
And then the dudes came out with the birthday hats and cake.
They had everything. And
MJF puts the birthday hat begrudgingly on Cole because Cole didn't want
milked
it.
He did. He milked it.
And then
he sang happy birthday.
And he shut him up. But before that, Adam was protesting something. He stuck the kazoo in his mouth.
This was a full fun segment. I can see some people disliking it. No, I liked it. And then MJ, you know, make a wish. He blows out the candle. MJ starts sneaking. I was like, why is he sneaking up? And then Cole spins and slams his face into the cake. MJF is laughing. He's like, you got me. And then he licks the cake off of him and he wipes it off and then licks off his finger. And then the crowd's chanting, eat the cake. I'm serious. That was just a straight up fun segment. That was just fun. And people might think this type of thing is going to continue. No, MJF is going to shift gears at some point. So enjoy the happy MJF while you can, because he's going to shift gears and he's going to be menacing when he does. And it's going to be, Adam Cole is going to be his enemy or he's going to be his partner, but it's going to be a shift. So get ready.
I think he's going to coax him over to the dark side.
It'd be nice if he did.
That's what I think.
Because in this match, for me, Adam Cole didn't seem as puny as he normally has been. My memory of him in this match isn't a puny, thin dude that's lost his mass or any height. The wrestler in the ring. That's how it was for me. What about you?
That's Adam Cole.
Damn.
But what I have noticed is that there has been a profound disconnect wrestling TV wise between Britt and Cole.
Yeah.
Because it was all, oh, my woman, my love, how dare you? All that crap with Jericho.
Then that never happened, though.
That never happened. Like, she don't exist. I don't know.
It's just an angle.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, what should have happened was after that, it's a bonding, and they hang out together. She come out for his matches. He might go out for her matches. They corner each other. They help each other out. But
what's going on is the whole Roderick thing.
Yeah.
Are you sure, man? And you know what? I know what I'm doing. I got it. I'm just playing it.
Logically speaking, it's best that you don't have them around each other because it will remind you about how small Cole is. And with that, and anyone standing next to Cole, either how much larger they are to him or how much in similar size they are to him. And that could be a bad thing, especially if Cole has to corner her and he's around the outcast, which might be the exact same size he is. That's going to look horrible. Yeah. Especially all the jokes I made prior to when I talked about him coming out wearing his wife's jacket and then how his wife is wearing his jacket. Yeah. So, best to keep them apart. You little bit, keep them apart. Backstage, Jericho tells Garcia and Guevara to leave the nest and get on the way. And since they're going to be tag teaming up, they can prove that they're leaders. And then he walks off. So after that,
Sammy has just stopped talking altogether. He's growing those silly sideburns. It looks crazy.
Yeah, Sammy was wearing his future son shirt. So, look, it was a nice shirt. I would have worn it, but I just couldn't help but see that. And plus, it was a blue shirt, so it was right.
It was. I didn't pay attention.
It looked blue to me.
I didn't know there was anything underneath his head.
I like blue.
I know you do.
So next we got the Owen Hart tournament: Britt Baker versus Ruby Soho. Look, no,
I'm so tired.
Hold up, the match started off like some decent, good wrestling, and then they started getting into stuff, and it broke down. Britt tried the single arm over the shoulder slam, the reverse slam, but Ruby didn't jump with it. It's like she sandbagged her or didn't know what was going on, or Britt didn't have the power to lift her, and Ruby was like, "You're gonna have to lift me legitimately." But she didn't. You're supposed to jump with it, just like a vertical suplex. You're supposed to jump with it to help them, so they don't have to hurt their back or strain an ab
or drop you.
So, I don't know what happened, but I know what I saw, and you can take it as in Britt just don't know what she's doing and flub the whole move, or you can see it as Soho sandbagged her and she couldn't get her over.
It was after that, it was a mess. And I'm so tired of the women's match being the worst match on the show. I'm not talking about Ring of Honor, just the AEW show. It's why? Why does it have to always be that way?
And like I said, we was watching, I said, it's almost like the women designed it so they can be the worst segment. And it sucks. It's like, just all look back at it and just say, wait, damn. We're terrible. Like we suck. Don't you want to get women back into watching professional wrestling? Be representative of the sex. Please. Look good. Wrestle well. Put on a good performance. Put on short 5 or 6 minute matches and get out of there. Look good. Look strong. Real fast. Bounce. It's that simple. And what I suggested was, for about a month or two, the women need to just not be on TV at all. Just keep the dudes up there, take the women completely off, and just heavily train them. Get them in that ring, trained up, so they can call a match on the fly instead of doing all this contrived crap, all right? And just work it. Learn the basics. Use the basics to carry the match. The basics carry the match. They carry it.
I'm so tired of the Outcasts.
At least the Outcasts got each other's backs.
Namely Saraya. I'm like...
Saraya.
Okay, Saraya.
You get mad at Cornette for messing with people's names.
I said it wrong and I can correct it. That's fine. At least I didn't call her, milk jugs. Okay. Or make up some bullshit that's not her name.
Okay. I'm backing off. Jeez.
I get tired of her being out there and all she is just the holder of the spray.
Yeah.
That's annoying. The other two doing all the heavy lifting. I just don't understand. If you're not going to wrestle, frequently, what are you there for? And you know what? I'm not down to her because of this. I'm gonna pull that back because Tony hired her. So
true that. That's your dime, bro. But Soho rolled up Baker and got the assist to hold her down for the win. That's how that went. Yeah. Soho feels vindicated and she's gonna go on. But Britt, she still got that belt. It's a beautiful belt. Mm-hmm. So next we get the main event: Wheeler Yuta versus Kenny Omega.
Main event was after that, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Don't seem like it, do it?
No.
But, as I said, the way they presented Wheeler Yuta, here's the thing: there are people. Okay, Jim Cornette is one main one. As soon as he sees how someone is and he views them negatively, he will not change. He will not change. You have got to move mountains for him to be like, looking a little better. You have to move mountains. Wheeler Yuta, the way they presented him, the way he's carrying himself, the look in his eyes, I'm like, this dude can be dangerous.
And he's been this way for a while.
Yeah.
This isn't like today or yesterday. No, he's been like this for weeks to months. He has been trying to earn and solidify his spot in the BCC among these, more seasoned guys. And I think it's been working. And I haven't thought back on the fact that he pulled himself away from the BS that was best friends. That already speaks volumes.
Yes. So I like what I'm seeing from Wheeler Yuta. Mm-hmm. I'm liking it. It was they look. I don't know necessarily who called this match, but the way it was flowing from the beginning and whatnot, going on what I know and have seen thus far of Kenny Omega, Wheeler Yuta was calling this match.
Yeah, it didn't seem like a Kenny match.
Not at all. It didn't seem like a Kenny match. It seems like right up Wheeler Yuta's alley. Maybe they went over this whole thing in the back and they just decided what we're going to do, yada, yada, yada. But going on the stylings, I say that's Wheeler Yuta called this match.
It was a good match. It just took too long.
Yeah, 20-some minutes. This match should have had 10 minutes. It should have been kind of speedy, a lot of urgency, and get it done. But this match was all right until they started getting into doing their signature moves, and then that's when Kenny's matches start to look more like play than it is serious. But then Callis comes to the ring, distracting everyone. Takeshita runs in, stands behind Kenny, and then applies a Blue Thunder Bomb,
which was beautiful.
Yep, Yuta used a massive diving body press on the Kenny, and I love how he does that move. Kenny obviously kicks out. Yuta makes haste and gets to the one rope, then go to the other. He has urgency, and then Omega punches him nowhere.
He just kind of hit him in the back of the leg.
It looked like it. Yeah, not too. It just looked. It was an awkward moment because he threw the punch and then everything froze.
Yeah,
it just looked weird. But then he got the one-winged angel that way. Claudio runs in attacking Kenny. The Elite run in to save, and then the Dark Order run in to stop Paige with the chair. They leave with the chair. And then the Elite boast in the ring and check on Kenny.
I thought that was great. So Paige is going to hit Claudio with the chair. And Dark Order comes in just to ruin his thunder. Oh no, we're not going to let you do this. Okay, we're done. They ain't attacked. We're not going to let you shine, dude. They left. I thought that was great.
Let me expound something on Jim Cornette on where he can be dumb. He knows Evil Uno, okay? He has had dealings with Evil Uno, masked and unmasked, okay? And it was a lot of negativity. Uno just not, he's an indie mindset, okay? Full on indie mindset. It's been years. It's been over 12 years since that, okay? Well over 12 years. Now, he's been here, and Cornette cannot see past his initial dealings with Uno. All right. Hey, I've been there. Personal grudges. I get it. However, looking at how this is unfolding, Uno in a suit, his mask, he stops, he's serious, nothing stupid, nothing foolish, and I promise Cornette finds a way to insult it. And that's what makes it bad. If you see good, don't, man, if that was anyone else, that'd be a great spot. But since it's him, screw it. It sucks. No, that makes you a fucking fool. Okay? Don't be that. Be better. If I see something good, I'm going to call it out. Even if I dislike the wrestler. Even if I actually had personal dealings with a wrestler and something I see of them good later, I'm going to be like, that was good. Even if I'd rather see that person hit with a streetcar, okay, I'm going to say something good. That's just what you do. You call out the good when you see it, call out the bad when you see it. So it takes a special level of hate to see good and then not mention it. And then you see bad and say, yep, I'm going to talk all day about it.
Yeah.
That's a special level of hate right there. Evil Uno, I've seen what on Ring of Honor in the past 2 weeks and what I saw of Dynamite tonight. I like what I'm seeing. I like this change.
It's an improvement.
Yes, it's an improvement. And I hope that it continues. I hope the Dark Order continues with this. And I hope Tony Khan can use them and build them up. That's what I'm hoping. Because I'm be honest with you. I love that, what I call the DO combo.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Okay, that's John Silver and Alex Reynolds' move. So I love that. And no one should ever kick out. Straight up. It irks me when someone kicks out of that move. I think it's stupid to kick out of that. It's a bunch of finishers strung together. No one should kick out. Period. But yeah, all of that closed the show. It took them forever to get it off the Young Bucks, play their music and all that. But overall, I think this was a decent show.
Yeah.
It wasn't epically awesome, and it wasn't even bad. I thought it was a decent show. This should be the minimum that they do. The minimum that they do. They should strive to do better, be better. And yeah, as Ryan Last will say, that the Young Bucks have, they're just not up there like they used to be. And you could see it with the crowd, because the crowd didn't necessarily come up when they came out.
Uh-uh.
And, there weren't, like 3 years ago, if this was happening, Kenny being down in the ring and all that, the crowd, you could hear the murmurs of concern. You don't hear that now. When the Young Bucks trying to, come up and be like, yeah, we're hyped, the crowd don't leap out of their seats for them like that. So it's a chance that their tribalistic crap with CM Punk, maybe certain fans are like, seeing it. Like, it kind of awakened them to certain things. Maybe. Or maybe they're just bored seeing the same stuff the same way every time.
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever it is, it'd be nice to see if the Young Bucks can learn something and do something different and come up maybe, maybe, I don't know. But it should be really eye-opening for them at how the lack of response is, and look back at what they've always done, and then look back at what they have done, and then think, what do we need to do? Maybe they'll come up with something. But with that, this has been Cedric and Cedric for CR Wrestling, our review of AEW Dynamite. And with that, y'all be chill, stay safe, be cool, and we'll see you next time.